Hey guys, Life in China with Patrick. I am here in Haicheng, and I actually just left church. I don't know if you can see behind. Let me just turn around a little bit. I'll go this way so you can see all the people coming out of the church. I had posted a video just the other day showing the outside of this church, and I told you I'd come out and I actually attended service this morning from 8 o'clock to 10 o'clock. It was a 2-hour service. 1 hour was singing, and what were they singing? They were singing all the old school hymnals that I grew up with and people grew up with in the U.S. back in the 60s and 50s and 40s. Some well-known hymnals. So I thought that was pretty cool. Brought me, kind of took me back down memory lane growing up in Amarillo. And then the pastor, which many times when you walk into a church, the pastor is female, and she taught on Nehemiah. And I kind of picked up the gist of what she was talking about, but she was talking about, she was preaching on Nehemiah 4, chapter 4, verses 14 through 15. I'm going to go back this other way. I'm kind of just walking around because I want you to see how many people are coming out of this church in the open. But she taught on Nehemiah about rebuilding the wall, protecting family, that kind of thing. I actually got to go back and listen to it again and get my wife to help me to translate it. But anyways, let me move this over. That'll probably help so you can see more. Get the picture, get my ugly mug out of the way. So I was trying to figure out how many people were here. And there's 3 levels actually to the service. There's there's a first level, and then you've got the balcony level, and then there's kind of a basement level when it gets packed. But I calculated there had to be at least 600 or 700 people in this service in this building behind me. So, you know, again, I beat a dead horse, and I get this often on Twitter, or formerly known, it's X, formerly known as Twitter, and I get attacked often on YouTube saying that the churches aren't allowed, Bibles aren't allowed, and I constantly have to fight it. And I don't mind repeating myself, but Christianity and among other faiths are allowed in China. People are allowed to worship who they want to worship. And like I said, 600 people walking out of that church Sunday morning is just proof positive. And I'm walking down the street here. You know, there's not police closing it down. It's not some underground church.